You might have heard of a certain Loba strategy that has been floating around in Apex Legends Season 5, where you land directly on a charge tower to power up your ultimate and immediately use your ult to grab a weapon right away. I was curious whether or not this was a good strategy, so I decided to test this theory. I landed at a charge tower 10 times with Loba in Apex Legends, and this is what happened. As we get started, guys, be sure to hit that red subscribe button to keep up with my Apex Legends tips and tricks and learn how to become a better Apex player in general. For this video, I solo queued in trios on Apex Season 5's Kings Canyon and landed with my team at multiple charge towers throughout the map to see if this strategy would work better in certain areas. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Game 1. We started off with a hot drop down at the rig with our random friends Nutritious Will and Exclusive Nemo. I decided to pick up a G7 that was nearby since this was a hot drop, and I wasn't initially sure if any other teams were directly around us. After picking up a couple more items and dropping the Black Market Boutique, there were instantly a lot of weapons to choose from, so I decided to drop the G7 in favor of the R99 Wingman combo. Scrolling down quickly to see the list of purple attachments, I didn't think twice about adding the purple extended light mag. And since you can only take 2 items from the Black Market, it was time to stop fooling around and get right into the fight. Both Nemo and Nutritious Will ended up going down, so I knew it was time to either clutch it out or get sent back to the lobby. As you can see, I was low on light ammo since I didn't have much time to look for any while working with the Black Market. I put the last 7 bullets to good use though, and ended up really depending on Caustic's gas trap to help me finish off the Bloodhound. After gathering some light ammo from one of the dead guys, the last guy in the enemy squad did a great job pretending to be a hologram, and with an assist from Nutritious Will, we finished off the squad. From there, we moved to Capacitor, where it is often a good idea to use your Black Market quickly since there is a lot of loot in the area. My teammates were all of a sudden pushed by another squad, so it was time to quickly teleport over and get right into the action. Once again, Nemo went down, followed shortly by Nutritious Will, so it was time to put on our game face and get to work. After quickly knocking the Bloodhound, the battle between classic enemies was about to begin. Loba versus Revenant. I was thinking how epic it would have been if we both could throw character clips back and forth before fighting. But anyway, between the R99 and Wingman, we were able to take down our arch nemesis and save our squad. A few minutes later, as we were pushing into the circle, I noticed Will lagging unusually far behind. That's when we ran into another squad and proceeded to battle them and the incoming zone at the same time. And as you might have guessed, guys, both Will and Nemo go down quickly, and despite knocking the lifeline, I was too low of health to finish off the rest of their team. Game 2. As Jumpmaster, I decided to land at Capacitor with our random friends this time, Bulbasaur 009 and Nemo. It's a different Nemo, oddly enough. The nice thing about Capacitor is you have 3 charge towers to choose from. Bulbasaur decided to land with me to power up his ultimate at the same time. As the Black Market powers up, I open the supply bin and find a charge rifle, which isn't going to do me much good right at the start. So quickly looking for a better weapon, I completely miss the R99 sitting right there and grab the alternator instead, but get gunned down quickly before I'm able to load the weapon. Naturally, Bulbasaur goes down with me, leaving Nemo to fend for himself, and try as he might, he gets double teamed, and there goes the end of our squad. Game 3. This time playing with a lifeline and Caustic, we land at Capacitor once again, and I choose the middle charge tower this time. This time around, we were the only team that landed in the area, so I was able to grab an R99 and light ammo out of the Black Market without any trouble. There's a lot of loot around here, so I ended up using 2 of the charge towers to find better armor and a purple barrel for my R99. A couple minutes later, my teammates and I worked together to take down our first squad, as well as gather a little more loot in the process. We then head over to containment where we heard more gunfire, and we discover a lifeline who for some reason decides to get ultra aggressive and push out of this doorway right here. Inside, we find his Loba teammate who goes down after a little bit of back and forth charades, and then dies quickly as my teammates finish off the 3rd member of their squad. I then drop Loba's ultimate after noticing all of the death boxes nearby from earlier battles, but end up not taking much besides ammo since at this point in the game we have fully kitted weapons. As we head towards Runoff, we run into another squad just on the outside of the pit. After killing the first guy, I decide to get aggressive with Octane, which ends up paying off as I'm able to take his gold armor. Soon after, we found ourselves fighting another squad while trying to avoid the zone at the same time. The zone helps me out as I become the kill leader, and there's no sign of any more bad bad guys, and not willing to leave any man behind, I use Loba's jump drive to grab Lifeline's banner and head towards the next circle to face off against the last squad in the game. Turns out it was a lone wolf Loba all by herself who really didn't stand a chance against a full squad, so we got the easy win. Game 4. This time I land at the charge tower on the south end of Repulsor and decide to drop my ultimate right out on the edge of the compound, where I quickly decide to pick up a flatline and some heavy ammo. However, after running around for more than a minute, I am unable to find a body shield, and an enemy team finishes off our squad without any problems whatsoever. Game 5. I figured that the second time is the charm, so we landed at the Repulsor charge tower once again, but this time I move in towards the center of the compound first before dropping Loba's black market, where I pick up an R301 and some light ammo. For some reason, our squad completely separates, and after a little bit of fighting, I get taken down by a purple shielded Gibraltar. However, a teammate is able to grab my banner and revives me at the nearby respawn beacon. And after gathering up some leftover loot, both teammates go down before I'm able to help them, and I end up getting blasted by an EVA-8 with a double tap trigger. Game 6. This time I try a hot drop into Runoff and land at the charge tower just to the east of its outer fences. I quickly choose an R99 with some ammo and immediately go on the hunt for a body shield while paying attention to where my teammates are fighting. Catzilla quickly quits out on us, leaving Mirage and I to fight off this Loba and Wraith. Loba goes down, but the story of the game once again is the time it takes me to find a body shield. And try as we might, my white shields and I are unable to take down Wraith and her gold armor, despite landing a couple nice EVA shots. Game 7. This time we head towards the southernmost charge tower at Capacitor, and thanks to the nearby supply bins, I quickly pick up a Prowler and Alternator while waiting for the black market to boot up. Since I have two weapons already, I'm able to use one of my two loot choices to pick up a purple body shield, but unfortunately no other teams landed with us, so I'm free to drop another black market at the north end of Capacitor. After we took down a couple squads, I end up being the last man standing to take down two bad guys in a close quarters situation, and it turns out fate just wasn't on my side this time. Game 8. After landing at the charge tower near Runoff, the squad and I quickly hightail it to containment since there were a lot of squads in the area at our initial landing spot. From there we moved further east to gather more loot, and as a Loba player I always try to shut down my black markets after using them just so we don't give the bad guys any free loot. But Major RTJ had other plans and apparently had to think long and hard about his two loot items he wanted to take from the black market. After about 30 seconds he finally made his choice and our squad moved on. Equipped with an auto Prowler and G7, we were able to take out a squad coming down from the hilltop, so we decided to move back towards containment where we could see multiple squads fighting. After gathering up some more loot, we had to make a late push further west into the circle, but not before both of my teammates go down. Gee, doesn't this seem familiar somehow? In hopes of grabbing my teammates' banners, I loop around and take out a couple bad guys, but my low health gets the better of me and I get blasted through the smoke. Game 9. I decided to do another hot drop on the outside of Runoff, and after charging my ultimate, I'm able to pick up an RE45. One teammate goes down quickly, so I knew I had to skedaddle over to give Pathfinder a helping hand. Turns out all of the bad guys left, so we all just continue looting. A minute later, I happened to notice that an enemy was using my black market, and unfortunately, I still don't have a body shield. But moments later, I'm able to take out a Pathfinder and loot a white body shield from one of the nearby death boxes. I get into what should be an easy fight with a caustic, but the lack of heavy ammo and accidentally double swapping my weapons ends up getting the better of me. Game 10, and I'm determined to go out with a bang. This time we landed at the rig, where I quickly use the charge tower and gather up a 301 and some ammo. Unfortunately for me, both of my teammates found a better body shield right off the bat. Another squad happens to push in for what appears to be a revive effort, and after playing Duck Duck Goose with Bangalore, I get blasted from above by her teammate. And try as he might, Caustic is no match for the remaining squad. Nice try, Master of Sodas. So guys, after testing out Loba's charge tower strategy these 10 times, it's safe for me to say I will probably never use this strategy again. There's just too many variables, guys, when landing with multiple squads around, and the only thing the black market guarantees you is probably a weapon and some ammo. In my opinion, I'd much rather land normally and gather more random loot like everybody else. Be sure to check out my pinned comment down below, and please subscribe for more Apex strategy and tips and tricks. Thank you for subscribing, and as always, I will see you guys in the next video.